Here we are, and we're back with another look from Time Travel is Possible, the YouTube channel that continues to do show and tell. And today I'm showing all the World War II collection stuff, World War I, World War II collection memorabilia that we have here. And this is basically my son's, who started collecting when he was about 10, and he's 14 now. So within 4 years, this is everything that we've gathered. And for now, we're going to just put it in the attic because he's sort of outgrowing it, which is common. And we'll just go over some of the items in here, what you must have or try to find if you start collecting World War I and World War II items. So when collecting, I think these are some of the most common things that people will start to collect, either if you're an adult or child. You have the water canteens. This one is cool because this is the it says 1918, it's World War I. So a little difference here, it has this silver top, really hard to sort of get into. And you can't read it, but I don't know if you can. It says 1918 right there. And then also a lot of times the soldiers would carve their names into this. So this one has Vic on it. Then you have another example, the World War II one. I have two of them here. And I think this one is really hard to see, so you're not going to be able to see it, but it says 1946, pretty much right in the middle there. It has this plastic cap on it, and I don't see any, oh yeah, and at the bottom here you can see it too. So there you go, you can sort of see that, 1946, right there. And then, so I have another one here, and then you have the tarps, or the covers that go with them here. And a lot of times when you're looking, you're going to see the United States ones on there that clip to the belt. And then here I have two examples. This is a World War I. It says 1918. 1917 on that one also says U.S. And then this would be an example of a World War II one. Looks like the World War II one, you're able to carry a little more, or get a little more food in there. That goes with that one. And then this one also has a tray, and then they obviously came with utensils, which I don't have any of those right now. But here's a helmet. And you can see my son's watched a lot of movies, so he's kind of put his own little thing on there. But it's always good to get a nice, light kid's helmet made of plastic, so they can use that in their, when they're role-playing World War. Let's take a look at some other stuff. And then some of the most common things you see as collectors are the ammo cartons or cartridges that would hold all the bullets. These give the different description of what caliber the bullets were. So you can find these anywhere from $5 to $30. We picked up a whole bunch of them for $5, and then you'll see these at the antique mall or army surplus stores a lot. And then this obviously has some bullet shells in it. So let's move on from those, and then moving up to some other decisions you might make as a collector. Grabbing some of the old duffel bags or army carrying bags. A lot of times you will see that they have the name sometimes and a number on it. This guy's name was Duff. That was probably his last name. Big duffel bag there. This one even looks like, yeah, it's Brussels. There's a Brussels tag on it, which is kind of cool. And then a lot of times you're going to see the U.S. part on there, identifying that's from the United States. But bags are cool, in good condition, but you can only have so many of them. So let's move on to some cooler stuff, hopefully, more collectible. So my son really got excited on Christmas when he opened up and saw that he had an Army service gas mask. This one is in great shape. It's got nice glass on the front of it, on both of them. No tearing in the plastic. It's not decaying. The tube is nice. This is obviously getting a little bent up here, but it had no puncture holes yet. These cans are super heavy. These canisters still has the label on it. Still has the bottom part there. And then it comes with the Army service gas mask. A lot of these, you know, you can get them from a lot of different countries that were used. And there are some really awesome gas masks out there that people collect. Another thing that you need to complete the uniform is belts, because you got to carry a lot of your stuff on there. And so you have two common belts here. You'll see a lot of those. Don't know what years those are from, but this is a World War II. Here's the belt there. That's going to be kind of hard to see. But 1944 it says on it, World War II. And these Y straps are just awesome. There's some that are leather, but this Y strap I got for like $5. It has the water, the 1942 here, so you're going to find 42 through 45, 46, that type of stuff issued. But these Y straps are hard to find and are just great to have when you're role-playing World War II situations. And then moving up, collectible things. My son really was excited. Well, he was there when we got this, and I think this is like a monocular, and it's out of Europe somewhere, and you could basically take the range and it will sort of tell you how far out someone is, sort of where to, I guess if you were trying to spot up a target, it'll tell you the range when you look inside it. So that's a cool thing to have. And then definitely you could do a lot of role playing when you're out with your friends, 10 years old, 12 years old, and you're calling in for an airstrike or something like that. So we got this for pretty cheap with the bag at the Army surplus store. First time I ever saw it, and last time I ever saw it. Get this out of the way. Projectile carrying case here. One cartridge, 120 mm, 75 pounds. You know, he doesn't do much with this, but it's cool just to have one of these where they would carry the shells and transport them and see what that looks like. And you can have lots of fun with this. This is a stretcher. The kids would run around the backyard, pretend somebody got injured, you know, screaming, running around, trying to get them out of the target zone area. And it's hard to tell on these what date these come from. So here's the one that I have right here, and you know, it's in great shape. It's strong. My kid, when he was 10, would even used to sleep on it at night in his bedroom, stuff like that. So gotta have a stretcher. I almost forgot about these two items. We have the Spanish World War II helmet, deteriorating on the inside. Love the design, nice and hard. So we have that, and then over here, got this for a great price, picked it up at an antique store. The World War II backpack has a whole bunch of stuff, a little bit of a rough condition with some holes, but overall has the great frame. WWII was on this one, and so World War II backpack, awesome piece. Then you can't run around the backyard with your friends unless you have these dummy training rifles, World War II, or at least in the 40s. On the right, you have the 29-inch bolt action, and then you have a 33-inch. So if you're buying these, you definitely want to make sure what the length is. The 29-inch is very small, so his friends get that, and then he runs around with the 33-inch. You got the bolt action, which is nice. You don't want to buy the one that doesn't have the bolt action part, so that's clean and works. And then you can see there, training, I think it's Paris rifle, something like that. Yeah, but trainer rifle. A lot of kids had these back in the 40s going into the 50s. And they would carve their names in there. But, you know, they're in bad condition, but as long as you can do the bolt action and run around and pretend you're firing, gotta have those. Lots of fun with those. And this should be about it. Just wanted to throw some miscellaneous items in there. They always want a flashlight, the little army flashlights with the red tint lens that you can put on there. These are cool to have. And this one isn't obviously World War or anything, and then these are issued World War II socks that we found at the antique mall. So he would actually wear those. Those are pretty cool. Found some his size. And then, you know, patches. You can get pins. They got more pins and patches everywhere. And then you can get the heavy grenades that are the metal ones, but we just get them these fake ones. And they have lots of fun just running and throwing these and pretending, you know, that they got away or didn't get away. So that's what those look like. I do have one more item I want to go over. It's this trunk. It's definitely World War. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. I was told it was 1. How do you tell if a trunk is World War 1 or 2? So this one's really beat up, made out of metal. There's the person that had this trunk. He's got it stamped in 2 different areas. And then when you open it up, it's like a wallpaper wood on the inside. So this is wood. And then, you know, this is the only one I've seen of wood. I see a lot of them that have the metal bottoms. And, you know, this is just getting beat up and broken down. Here we have, again, on this side, no handles. The leather straps, those are broken off. So tell me below what your knowledge is. How do I tell if this is World War I or World War II? I'm hoping it's World War I because that's just really cool to think you have something about 100 years old here. But yeah, lots of wood. It's wood all on the inside and metal on the outside, somehow still together. Let me know what you think. So that is it. Go ahead and tell me or comment below on what you know about everything that I showed you, or if I missed anything. And then what you think of my kid's collection. That was pretty much from 10 to 14. He's interested in other things now, so probably going to store this up in the attic like I said. But if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. I have tons of content out there with different subjects and categories. I'm so glad to finally get this World War I in, the World War II stuff in. And I'll see you guys in the future, time travelers.